World's Your Oyster.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to World's Your Oyster, and I'm your host, Paula Sanders, here to empower the dreamers and the doers. Whether you're looking for inspiration, motivation, or just need a little hot, rich anti-pep talk, then you are in the right place, because every week I am sitting down with some of New York City's biggest, boldest, and brightest lights to remind you that the world is truly your oyster. So let's dive right in. Okay, everybody, welcome back to World's Your Oyster. This is a big day. We have one of my absolute favorite people on the podcast. It is Jennifer Fisher. I feel like we've all been waiting for this episode for such a long time because Jennifer Fisher is an icon. She is a legend. She is everybody's idol. Like, there is nothing that this woman cannot do. She has an incredible jewelry empire, and she makes the world's best salts. How those two things correlate, you're about to find out in this episode. If you don't know her, and if you're not already following her, you need to do it immediately because she is just the coolest of the cool. So stick around because this episode is going down, around, and back again. She is iconic. She is a mother. She is a businesswoman, and she says it like it is. So stay tuned. Welcome, Jennifer, to World's Your Oyster. Jennifer Fisher.
Hello.
Welcome to World's Your Oyster.
Thanks for having me.
This is a damn honor. Like, I'm so excited to have you. You were on my dream list from day one, season one.
Really?
I was just too afraid to ask.
That's so nice. You should have asked me.
Well, you know what? The truth is that I was really waiting to have everything together.
Well, you certainly have it together. I was just commenting on your cards and how professional you are. So it's pretty impressive.
It takes time to get there. So once I felt really confident, I really assembled my people and got them together. But before we get started, I have to tell you the funniest story.
Yeah, tell me the story.
So if you don't know Jennifer Fisher, she's an icon, right? She is one of the most stylish women in New York City. And
Thanks.
Everybody knows you because you have they know you for a lot of reasons, but you have a very distinct style, which is very, yes.
What does that mean?
Oh my God. Okay. The turtleneck.
Oh.
Which
yeah.
I have on today. We're basically, if you're not watching this on YouTube, we're basically wearing the same outfit, just in different colors. But you always have the big sunglasses on. The legs are always out because the legs are, we're going to have to talk about the legs. She has the big sunglasses, short shorts, sometimes a bodysuit, and the big jacket, right? So this Halloween, I went to a Halloween party and I was Neo, like the other person from The Matrix, right?
Yes.
Do you know how many people came up to me and asked me if I was Jennifer Fisher?
You're lying.
I swear to God.
You're lying.
They were like, oh my God, are you Jennifer Fisher?
You're lying.
They were like, is your costume Jennifer Fisher?
You're lying.
Swear to God. So you need to market that shit.
Wait,
Next
that's really
Halloween,
funny.
Spirit Halloween, we need a Jennifer Fisher costume. I'm not even kidding you. It was like 5 people.
I'm dying.
It was a lot of Tribeca moms.
That's really funny.
Isn't that hilarious?
No, because I think I wore this leather trench coat on the subway and I did this Instagram thing and I did this thing talking about the Matrix. And so I think a lot of, I don't know, whatever. That's funny.
Hilarious.
I'm dying. And I didn't know what to be for Halloween. So I should have just.
You could be yourself. I had my hair pulled back. I totally got it. Once the first person said it to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm not, but it checks.
It's a good costume though.
It's
not being me. It's just you probably look chic.
And my husband was like, you should dress like this all the time.
Dying.
He was like, I really like this.
Did you wear your Shabas hoops
I did.
You're wearing now?
I was wearing the Chabas hoops.
They look so good on you.
I'm obsessed.
They look amazing on you.
They're gorge. New collection.
Yeah,
what are
these
you
new.
wearing today?
I'm wearing the puffy daggers.
Are they heavy?
It's the first thing I asked you when I walked in. No, you know what? They're heavier than those, but these are, I try to, these are day to night. You don't have to wear big earrings just at night. I like wearing them during the day.
Same, because I don't go out at night.
And it's I'm only wearing black. I look like a Bruce to wear. I'm wearing black and blue and nothing. So it's something to, in a black coat. So you need something.
Yeah, I like those. They're sexy.
Thank you.
I wonder, because I have a small head, if I could pull off an earring that
You
big.
absolutely can. And then when your hair's back too, they're really fun for night.
Yeah.
I wear them to a wedding. They're fun. It's a good New Year's Eve wedding,
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's hop right in because you've told your story a lot of times and we're definitely going to get there, but I want to talk about some of the more fun things and the things that make you you. So if you kind of take a journey back in time and think about young Jennifer, what would your parents say about you?
My parents would say that I am incredibly independent. I've always been a hustler. I've had businesses since my parents would go out of town and I would have a business started and basically trying to sell it and pitch it to stores by the time they would get back into town. I could just never sit still.
The fact that you even need to pitch to a store.
I don't say this a lot, that my nickname is Scooter in my family because I can't sit still.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever said that publicly, but that's what everyone calls me. My name's Scooter. Like no one calls me Jennifer. They just call me Scooter. And since I was a kid, that's my name because maybe it's because I have undiagnosed, I'm sure, a highly functioning ADHD. But I like to do things and get things done. And like for me, doing that is fun.
Yeah.
Like that's fun. Like I was a figure skater. When I was younger, I wasn't super athletic, but I tried to be a jazz dancer, but I sucked.
Oh, I'm a dancer. I was a dancer. Did you know this?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. I was a professional dancer. I used to dance for the Knicks.
Oh, okay. Well, I could take a few pointers from you because I have no rhythm and I'm terrible. My husband is a great dancer, however, though. Kevin's a really good dancer, but I am not. I tried to be a figure skater. I sucked at that. So business. So they would say that I'm highly motivated and I just don't sit still.
Did mom and dad have businesses?
Yes, they work together.
Oh,
which is interesting because Kevin and we worked together for 8 years, but he's no longer with the company. We're not working together any longer, which was a good thing because he really just came in to help me out and just stayed. So now it's good that he's moving on and doing something different.
I didn't realize that he was no longer with you.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Oh.
It's good though.
Yeah.
It's good. It's hard on a marriage to work together. And it was never intentional to like be for 8 years.
Yeah.
Like it was really like a couple years and he just stayed and he stayed and he stayed. And it was great, but I think it was, both of my kids are my son's in college, my daughter's about to go and she'll be there next year. And we'll be empty nesters. And I think working together as empty nesters is probably not the best idea either.
It's also like, when do you actually turn off?
Much.
Like you don't turn off as it is. And then imagine your husband is also all intertwined in that shit. And that's just like, when are you talking about, I don't know, the paint that you want to put on the wall?
Well, just anything. Like it's nice now, like when he comes home, he was on a golf trip and he got home yesterday and it was nice that like, it's not the first thing that we talk about. Like every day it was like everything was consumed by work.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to like not have that any longer.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
But you made it through.
We made it through.
Which is the most important part.
Yeah, we made it through.
And I'm so like inspired by your relationship. I think that it's so beautiful. It's like, it's hard, right? When you have a million things going on to really focus and nurture relationships, whether it be your romantic relationships or your friendships, but you seem to like do that with ease.
Listen, Kevin's my best friend, and I think that's my biggest piece of advice is to marry your best friend for sure. Like marry a partner that is the person that through thick and thin, they make you laugh no matter what. And he makes me laugh, and he's amazing. My friends, it's harder because I am constantly working and now my business is getting bigger and I'm always at work and it's hard. Like I can't go out to lunch with some of my friends and I can't meet for drinks early with some of my friends. It's hard.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't say that I'm the best friend these days, but your friends that are good friends, they see you through it. They're patient. And you also find new friends through all of this that maybe you have more in common work-wise. So they have an understanding of exactly where you are. And so I think it's about diversifying and friendships changing as your business evolves and as you evolve.
For sure. I feel that way sometimes too. I'm like, I really am a bad friend. Like I try, but it's really hard. And it's also, I think when you're in it, like you're really in it right now. I know like you're about to be an empty nester. So it feels like you really are like putting the gas on your business. And like when your life is so involved in everything that you're doing, it's hard to take that moment to even like find it interesting, like what your friends are going through in their life. And I know that sounds horrible, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, I can't relate right now. And I think it's better I just don't go, nor do I have the energy to go. It's
hard. You have to find the space for that or else those friendships will dwindle. And I do, and I find the time. And when we come together, it's really fun and it's great. And it's not really talking about so much about what's going on in our lives. And then you also find new friends that, I recently have a new friend from Los Angeles that I met not that long ago. And we're very close because we have very similar like working just hours and such. It just works well.
Yeah.
And some of my other friends just are not like that. And it's okay because when we come together, we just like party and have a good time. And like, it's not about like, what happened this week. Sometimes, but not really.
And that is important. And that's the thing that I think that you also do with such grace. Like you are someone that is obviously like very health conscious, but you're also open with the fact that like, I drink, I have a good time. And that's important. And I gave up alcohol 3.5 years ago. I got drunk for the first time on Halloween at Casa actually. And my soul needed it.
Yeah, I get that.
It was so freeing and I was ill for 2 days later, don't get me wrong. But like my soul and my relationship needed it too. My husband hadn't seen me have a good time, a really good time, in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And it just like reinvigorated even our connection together and my connection with my friends that like, they were like, oh my God, we haven't seen you like this in such a long time. And it's just like, It's hard. And the reason why I stopped is because I just couldn't do the hangovers anymore.
It's hard. Well, you need to drink.
So how do you do it? Give us the tips. I need the tips.
Tequila.
Okay.
Clean tequila.
What's your favorite tequila? Because I was drinking tequila that night.
Astral I like Lalo.
Okay.
I was drinking Lalo last night. I had like 3 margaritas and I'm not even hungover today because it has no sugar in it. I don't do the Cointreau. I actually have a margarita now that's at the Warren Street Hotel. It's the Jennifer Fisher margarita.
Okay, tell us.
It's just
Warren Street Hotel.
Yeah, all it is it's a whole fresh lime, so it's very zingy, and there's nothing else in it. It's lime shaken with a little bit of soda water and tequila, Lalo tequila, and a rim with, it has tahini on it, which is not entirely healthy, but we're putting my salt on it now too, because they put it on and the bartender said to me last night at midnight when I was closing down the bar with my 2 girlfriends that he's like,
you were out until midnight last night?
Was.
I envy you. I don't understand.
I don't know how. It just happened. Like, we were just having a good time talking. And, but it was also my daughter's 18th birthday and I was at a dinner before that and I'd had 2 more margaritas at that. So I don't even know how it happened. It just was stretched over a long period of time. But anyways, clean
You're
tequila.
a freak of nature.
But no, I just finished. No, I'm not. You have to put the right things in. I just finished my first cookbook. It's coming out pre-sale in March and it's launching in September.
Okay, great.
But it talks about that, like anything that, like my anti-inflammatory living and the way that I eat, you have to I didn't drink for 6 months after my son went to college just because I was like really sad and I was like, I don't want to overdrink just because I'm sad. So I stopped. And then when I went back, I was like, oh, I miss this so much. But it was nice for 6 months to feel very clear. Like your mental clarity is so clear. You wake up every morning, you jump out of bed. Like it's a very different, it's a beautiful feeling.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. And like when I try to not drink during the week if I don't have to, because it's such a great feeling to not have alcohol in your system.
Yeah.
But I like to drink, and you shouldn't be on any kind of a program or lifestyle or the way that you eat. Like you should be flexible for what you feel is right for you. I'm not telling everyone to go and drink. I'm just saying you need to make your own choices.
100%. And I think that's like for me, like I told you, I needed that. And I was really missing fun. I don't need to do it again. But like now I know that it's there and I could tap into it every once in a while when like you feel 3.5. Yeah.
That's impressive. Good for you.
Listen, I had to though, because I am not the person, like it was never 3 margaritas for me.
I'm kind of like that.
Yeah, I like to have a good time.
I know, and it's sort of like it's a weird, so it's like a social tick, and it's like almost like a what would I say? It's always like a see, this is the problem with being almost 54 years old. You have like a brain fart and you can't remember anything. That's what happens.
But I'm 37 and I 9 times out of 10 don't even know what's coming out of my mouth.
God, I can't. Every day it happens to me, and I was like, it's like you literally black out, and you're like, what was I just gonna say? No, but that whole thing is real. As you like enter into my age of like, you forget things. Like you literally just like you black out. And you're in the middle of a sentence. And most women that are my age can know what I'm talking about, because it's the worst feeling. You'll be in a meeting and you're trying to talk about like SOPs and standard operating procedures or something, and then you won't remember something, and you're in like a big meeting with 10 people. It's horrible.
What are some of the best things about being your age?
I don't really give a fuck anymore about anything. Like I really don't care what people think of me. I really don't. And it's just. And you don't have to like me, and it's awesome if you like me. And it's the same thing with business. I love people buying like you wearing those earrings that made me so happy when I walked in. Like there's nothing better than that. But there's a lot of people to choose from, and it's okay if you don't choose me. You know, it's choices. We have a lot of options, and you'll have your people and you won't have your people, and you can't wish for everyone to want everything from you, your business, wanting to be your friend, any of that stuff. It's just, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I care about being happy. I care about my business. I care about my family. I care about my friends, and worrying about what other people think of me is the last thing that I need to worry about. I used to really care. When I was younger, I really would get caught up in it. And there's something really freeing about turning 50 and not really giving a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
And there's something that comes with this age that you are allowed to feel this way, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I think when you're younger, you don't really feel that you can actually say that and feel that way. But I think, it's an honor to be this old and to be able to be in this position and to be okay saying that.
And to look so fucking good doing it.
Thank you. I've done a lot of work. I mean, we talk about that too all the time. Like, I was like, I'm CO2ing my whole face tomorrow. I can't wait. But I've done a lot of stuff. And I talk about that too, because I don't think it's fair for women to think that, to gatekeep. And you see a lot of like people that are celebrities and they're like, oh, I just am drinking green juice. And you're like, girl, I know what you just did your whole face. It's all of those things. It's just, so people should just be honest about it. And it's like, it's our one time on this earth in this body, and we should be allowed to do whatever we want with it. It's not anyone else's choice or opinion to have.
I couldn't agree more.
It's so true.
to look like you at, you said what, 54?
53. I'll be 54 in May.
Okay,
53. I keep saying 54. See, that's another thing. Like, I can't remember how old I am.
Well,
53.
I was doing that too. All 36, I kept saying I was 37. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm dying to be 40 because I just want to like, I don't want to give people.
Great.
I'm so excited.
40's
to turn 40.
great.
37 kind of stinks.
30 suck.
Because it's like 30 old.
30 sucks.
40
I didn't
great.
love being 30. Turning 40 was freeing. 40s, it's like you still are doing a lot of work with like your kids and yourself and your relationship. And then 50 is just this amazing, like, it's this like, I don't give a fuck
Because
phase.
you made it too. Like you've done the hard work. You've raised the children. You're putting them out into the world.
True.
They're starting to make you proud. They like you again. You know, like there was many years I remember like, 16 to 20, I was like horrible to my mom, even though I loved her, but it's hard. Like raising teenagers is hard. Although like Mom, I love you. You're amazing. But like if you were my mom, I would listen to everything you said.
No, but my kids I'm really lucky. My kids are really chill. Like and I don't know if it's because I was a strict parent. We had a lot of rules in our house, and
I'm too.
I'm a big believer in your kids having some fear in you a little bit. And it's like, just that they should know that if they go too far, that they're going to be in trouble and they're not allowed to do that. And you need to try to raise children like this. I give my husband a lot of credit with this. Our kids are incredibly empathetic. And I think that what our issue was with our kids, when our kids got older, it was like other kids. So it was like, other kids not so nice, or maybe not being raised with the same values, and that was, and maybe it's living in New York City. I don't know, but my kids were pretty chill.
Yeah, oof, I was rough. I was rough. We're not going to go into that.
I was rough too. I wasn't so easy.
Oh, I was bad.
But I grew up in like Montecito in Santa Barbara, California, and it was like there was like beepers, and no one knew where the fuck we were.
Yeah.
And it was like freedom and stealing things from our friends' moms' boyfriends, like to go have fun. Like we were doing some crazy shit.
Right, us too. I was doing that on Long Island, but it was the same shit. We were like drinking whatever we could find. I remember we would drink like Black House, which is like a liqueur that like we would find in our parents' cabinet that they didn't drink. So it was like the only thing that we could get away with drinking, like it was.
I was like wine cooler phase. It was like we were
Zima?
wine coolers. No, it was like, I'm so old. It was like they weren't even around then. It was like we would do something in high school called Party Pop Off. We would buy Pop Off vodka. I don't even think it's still around anymore, but we'd buy like whatever it is, the little one, not the tiny one, and we'd get it like a giant Diet Coke, and we would just chase it, and that was like called Party Pop Off in high school. That's what
Party Pop Up?
Party Pop Off, because it was Pop Off vodka. I don't even know if the company still exists anymore.
Pop
and I
Off,
I don't drink vodka anymore.
Yeah, no.
No.
But how like new age with the word? I feel like pop off isn't that? That's what like the kids say now.
I know.
Pop off. Like
But
I
it's
can't
pop
say.
off, like with a V.
Oh, pop off.
So it's not pop off. See, it probably doesn't even exist anymore.
I thought it was pop off. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. I'm so open about stuff. I don't know what people would perceive as a misconception about me. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think like for me, you give like a very similar, I feel like you, listen, I don't know if this is the truth, but I feel like you give love the same way that I do. Like I'm hard with my friends. I give them tough love, like, but in the most loving way because I care about them and I love them and I tell the truth.
Yeah,
and I think that's
too.
the kind of person that you are.
I
like,
am too.
You tell the truth. So I think that
people can
sometimes
assume that.
Right.
That's not a misconception.
People a
So
lot
I
of times think that I'm hard, but I actually am really not. Like I'm hard with my advice and my things and just taking life by the balls and fucking doing it and not like being afraid and all of those things. But like the truth is I'm actually like, I'm soft on the inside.
I was just gonna say that's what,
like,
in fact,
so
I'm
soft on the
sensitive.
inside.
So I think people
Yes.
like, I'm much more sensitive than I think people would assume.
Same.
In my family, my relationships with my husband, like I'm much more sensitive than people would assume.
Yeah, same.
So I guess
Although,
that's
I don't know, I'm
probably
getting
it.
a little hard in those too lately.
It happens. And then you soften up again as you get older. It's just part of the process. It's
Right
true.
now I'm just like, boom, boom. I'm like, do I need a beta blocker to get through life? Just like,
Oh God, I took one of those once to try to do a speech, and it did it completely. It was the worst thing I ever did.
what happened?
I had to make some big speech. Oh, I was getting an award. I was getting like an ACE award or something, and I was so scared to speak in front of all of these people that I took one, and it literally made me like numb. I would never take one again. I'll just take the fear and fucking run with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus also that makes you feel alive.
It made me feel so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
No,
yeah,
me neither. I'd rather feel all the things. Like so
yes, I felt numb. It was a really weird feeling, and it made me even more self-conscious and uncomfortable to do it.
What did you do? Did you
I
drink a
just
bunch
did
of water? Or
No, I just did it. It kicked in right before I went on stage, and I did it. And then it's one of those things when you realize you do more of those things, like you get up on stage and you give someone an award, or you get one, and you realize that half the time people are on their phones, they're not even paying attention to you, or they're talking to the person next to them, they're not even paying it. So that's helped me get over like fear of speaking in front of people because they're really not paying attention to you.
No. And those that are the ones that actually want to listen. So
Exactly.
it doesn't really matter.
And they don't really care if you fuck up.
Correct.
So it's like, those are the nice people that are actually like, oh, we want to listen to what she has to say.
And I actually appreciate a fuck up every once in a while because like when you watch these speeches, I'm like, damn, how do these people do this? Like,
there's some people that are so good at it. I was so impressed. I went to a dinner. You know who Emma Greed is? Mm-hmm. So Emma does these female like power dinners, and I'm so impressed with her ability to speak in public. Because she's like perfect. She's like self-deprecating. It's like this, it's almost like it's like a perfect formula for getting up in front of people. Like she'll say something funny, she'll tell a story, she'll say something to sort of embarrass herself and make everyone laugh. And she's incredibly charismatic and probably one of the best public speakers I've ever seen.
And she's off the book. She's not looking at her cell phone to get through that speech.
No, she's amazing.
Oh, it's so hard.
She's amazing. Yeah.
It's so hard.
But it was fun to watch other females do things like that. Like it's really inspiring. After I watched it, I was like, I've got to get better at this.
Yeah.
It inspired me to do better because I watched her and it was so natural, and you could tell she just was completely just being herself and speaking. And I think not paralyzed at all by the fact that the entire room of other powerful females are sitting there staring at her.
Right. And she's being filmed and she's being photographed.
Everything. And it's just like, I mean, listen, she's been on TV and she's been on Shark Tank and she's had media training, I'm sure, but she's great.
But she's still a human.
She's amazing.
And she's just a girl.
Yes, and she wears my hoops and I love her.
Yeah. She's incredible. She's a boss bitch for sure.
She's amazing.
Okay. Real talk, ladies, and this might be a little TMI, but who are we without our scars? I have had stretch marks and cellulite for as long as I can remember, and I obsessed over these things throughout my 20s, but I started to accept them as part of my life in my 30s. But then I was introduced to Tani and her incredible brand, Tronk, which has completely transformed the way that I think about caring for my body's skin. Tronk was born from Tani's own journey with reproductive health. After her second endometriosis surgery, she discovered the harmful effects of endocrine disruptors in skincare products. Tani then created Tronk, which is an award-winning, science-backed body care line that prioritizes safety and effectiveness. So, if your story sounds a little bit like mine, here is my daily Tronk process. I start with 2 minutes of dry brushing using their Ionic Dry Body Brush. Dry brushing is fantastic for stimulating circulation, exfoliating dead skin cells, and promoting lymphatic drainage. And after that, I spend another 2 minutes using their Body Contour Massager, which enhances the lymphatic drainage even further. Then I jump in the shower, I do my thing, and when I get out, I lather their vitamin C body oil all over my stretch marks before finishing everything off with their firming body butter. If you remain consistent with this program, I promise that you will have your version of Heidi Klum's legs in the 90s in no time. Tronk has been so generous to support our show and offer 20% off your first order with the code Oysta20 at checkout. Visit www.tronk.com, that's TRONQUE.com, and use the code Oysta20 at checkout. Again, visit www.tronk.com and use the code Oysta20 at checkout. It is time to give your body the care and attention it truly deserves, from the face down. This product is 100% Hot Rich Auntie approved. Hey, my pearls, did you know that electrolytes, creatine, and collagen are the ultimate hack for looking and feeling amazing? That's why I am so excited that we have partnered up with Harlow. Harlow is a fab 3-in-1 performance-enhancing drink that is packed with natural electrolytes for hydration, collagen for radiant skin and joint support, and creatine to fuel your muscles and boost your cognitive function. Plus, it's sugar-free, gluten-free, and it tastes amazing. So I know what you're thinking. Creatine? Really? Yes, really. As women, we often overlook or are scared of creatine, but it's crucial for boosting our energy and endurance. It also plays a vital role in muscle recovery and helps maintain our overall strength as we age. As a woman juggling a full-time job, a podcast, and a million things in between, I do not have time to waste feeling tired, sore, or not at 100%. And that's why I never miss a day. And I can genuinely say that Harlow makes a difference. Whether I'm sipping it after solid core or enjoying it as a pick-me-up during a busy afternoon, Harlow keeps me hydrated, glowing, and ready to tackle whatever the day brings my way. To hydrate and elevate your wellness with me, visit www.drinkharlow.com and use the code Oysta20 for 20% off of your first order. That's www.drinkharlow.com and use the code Oysta20 at checkout for 20% off. This episode is brought to you by Stellar,
a global marketplace where you can buy and sell exclusive assets with just a few taps. I'm Ella, your new best friend, and I'm here to show you around. When you first open the app, you'll land on the discovery feed. Up top, there's our search bar. Use it to hunt down your dream experiences. And if you need to narrow it down, our filter feature has got your back. While scrolling through the discovery feed, if you see something you like, tap on a listing for more details. Need a hand? Just look for me, and I'll be right here to assist you. Thanks for joining us on Stellar. We can't wait to see what you discover.
So let's talk about some of your wellness practices. I know that this is like a huge part of your life. So like, what are some of your non-negotiables or things that you do on a daily basis that make you feel and look as good as you do?
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Okay, so every morning when I wake up, do you know Sarah Raggi? Sarah Raggi Wellness. She makes these packets. They're called Alkalize, and they're green. So I don't do green juice. I like to eat my meals and chew my food. I don't do green juice, but I can do this. So these little packets, and it's alkalizing greens. First thing before I have my coffee, I take my alkalizing greens, and when I don't take them, I feel different.
Ooh.
Yes. And there's something about it. I do have coffee every morning. It's my thing. I cannot wake up without coffee.
Same.
People that don't drink coffee, I think are superheroes. I'm incredibly impressed by people that don't drink coffee. But for me, I make my lunch every day for work. I think it's incredibly important. And I think it's cool to pack your lunch. Packing your lunch is cool.
What are you putting in the lunch?
So sometimes I'll make it the night before or I'll make it the morning, and I have these little containers that I take to work, and it's normally some sort of a salad with a lot of protein, because at my age you need a lot of protein because we're losing muscle. And I don't do dairy, so I don't do cottage cheese and all of those things that are really high in protein that a lot of people use that I love, but I just don't eat them anymore. So it's normally some sort of a chicken. I make a lot of meatballs that I cut up into salads that are normally like birds. No, I don't metabolize beef as well.
Okay.
So chicken or turkey, some sort of a vegan cheese, lots of roasted vegetables. So I roast a lot of vegetables for my family. Like, it's really important to me to make sure that my family always has food in the house. And that's one of my things with my kids growing up. And that was always really important to me. I would go home and make food, or I would do it in the morning before I would go out at night to make sure that they had food. Because I just think ordering takeout is not healthy for the family. You know, there's hidden seed oils, there's hidden sugar. You think you're being healthy. Half the time the stuff is cooked in garbage. And I say this a lot, like you can eat all day really, really healthy, and then you go to a restaurant and it's like you're ruining what you did all day because you're not realizing that clean piece of fish that you ordered. You think you're ordering salmon and spinach, or most of it's cooked in a blend. They say it's olive oil, so you have to ask if it's so I'm just really careful if I go out. I try to stick to like raw bar and oysters and shrimp and things like that. Or if I'm ordering some sort of a protein in a restaurant, I ask for them kindly to please cook it in olive oil, that I don't do seed oils, or there's an allergy.
Do you believe that they do it when you ask?
When you say it's an allergy, I believe it. That's a
smart
tip.
That's really smart, actually.
Yeah. And some restaurants, there's this Seed Oil Scout, this thing that's out now that's an app that tells you about different restaurants that cook all their foods seed oil free, which is also really interesting. So you can kind of look at that to see in New York City and other cities, I think now, that you can look around to see where you're going to eat to make sure it's prepared the right way. Because you can do all of that all day long, but then if you're out at night, you don't want to make sure you're sabotaging yourself.
Yeah.
So
why shouldn't we be having seed oil?
They're highly inflammatory.
Okay.
So it's like safflower, sunflower, corn, palm, all of those kind of oils you want to stay away from.
And that's going to bloat you.
It's going to bloat you. It's going to give you brain fog. It's going to make, it's all about gut health. So for me, it's all about making sure that your gut is healthy, because that makes everything in your body run well.
It's true.
So, it's a lot of protein, it's a lot of vegetables. It's prepping your own, like I said, make sure you have a big lunch. I was intermittent fasting for a little bit. I stopped doing that. Like, sometimes I'm just hungry in the morning, so I want some scrambled eggs.
Yeah. It's horrible for your hormones too.
I think it's important to kind of just trust, like I always say, trust your gut, like trust how you're feeling. And if you need breakfast after being out and having some margaritas, whatever, have breakfast. Right. You know what I mean? But make sure you arm your house and and this is all in the book, talking about like everything to buy, like read your labels. Like, most of the things that you think are healthy, like your favorite hot sauce probably has gums in it. Like there's guar gum and everything. It's gums that are shelf stabilizers are in most foods, so that are like pantry safe and things like, or pantry stable, things like that. So you've just got to read and make sure that none of that is in it. So it's like gums, agave, cane sugar. I don't do agave. I don't do stevia.
Okay.
I don't drink sparkling water anymore. But it's just because sometimes for me, it doesn't work. I limit legumes because they make me really bloated. I try to limit nightshades. Like I don't eat eggplant. I limit tomatoes, but I love peppers. So if I'm having like Mexican food and I'm having like onions and tomatoes, like whatever, you can't like be too strict about it too. It's like if you need like eat whatever you want, but like try to eat, anti-inflammatory 80% of the time, and you're going to feel much better.
Yeah. So this book that you're putting out into the world is going to make this easy for us, right? So we're going to open it up. It's going to tell us exactly what we shouldn't be eating, what we should be eating, and then how we can prepare our foods. And are you somebody that like is specific about what you're putting in your body and the order that you put it in your body? Because I know that there's, yeah, because that's like, hard. I'm just like, it just gets a little crazy for me. Hard. And I'm like, I can't.
No. Okay. Like that's the thing is, and I get it and I respect it. And I say this all the time. I am not a trained nutritionist. I don't know shit about shit. All I know is that I spent so much money going to doctors, nutritionists, like everybody who could not figure it out for me. And I was being fed like protein powders with garbage in it. And, no one's telling you how to just simply go to the grocery store and choose things that have less ingredients. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
You just don't be lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Read your labels. Don't be lazy. Make sure everything in your house. Like if I am out at night drinking and I want to come home and I want nachos, I've got nachos I've got chips that are grain free in my pantry. I've got my vegan cheese. I've got avocados. I've got coconut yogurt that like fake as a sour cream. And I can make, and my hot sauce that doesn't have any sugar or gums in it. And I can make nachos in the microwave when I get home. I can make pizza with my grain-free crust if I want to when I get home. Like that's the stuff that's like how to be successful.
Right.
Make sure that you are prepped and ready to go. So for anything.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's true. Just go to the fucking store and
what's
order
your grain-free tortillas? It's Siete?
No, because most of those have gums in it, except for the burrito size.
Okay.
Except for the burrito size. And they're a little coyotes.
Okay.
It's I always pronounce it wrong. My mom.
Whole Foods?
No, I buy them online.
Okay.
It's coyote in Spanish.
I love nachos. I love that you I keep bringing up nachos.
Nachos, quesadillas.
I'm obsessed with nachos.
Like buffalo cauliflower. Like I try to make bar food healthy. Like that's how I like to eat.
So we're gonna have all of this in the cookbook.
Yeah, it's all in there.
Oh,
it's all in there. It's how to do all of the stuff and like it's yummy. It's
when
not
does
like
the cookbook come out?
It pre-sales in March and it comes out in September.
So fun.
I know, excited.
Did you have a blast doing that?
It was so much fun.
Yeah, because it's so different from what you do on a day-to-day, right?
It is, but also it's so freeing and nimble because now that we're getting larger, like it's not like I'm like this small creative company any longer where like I can be like, let's do this today and we're gonna do this and we're gonna get it done and it's gonna happen. It's like now it's like there's like it's a corporate structure and it takes a long time to get everything done and it's very different. So I shot it over 2 weeks and to be that nimble and creative on set. And I had a really amazing photographer and I had an amazing food stylist and it was so much, and a prop stylist too, who was incredible. Like all these people that we just happened to hire, it was like this magic. It was incredible. Yeah. We shot it right over here in New York and it was so fun. And
I can't
it was really fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I think this is like amazing for you. I also have a great idea for you.
Oh, tell me.
Because you said that you pack your lunch every day. Mm-hmm. You need to come out with like a whole line of like chic lunch boxes and great like Tupperware sets.
There's already a lot of great ones out there.
Is there?
I could do it. Yes, I could do it. I thought about doing that as like a GWP for some of my clients.
What's
like
a GWP?
Gift with purchase. I thought about doing it as like a GWP for like holidays for some people. But the problem is that my business is so weird because I make jewelry. I have fine jewelry, fashion jewelry, and then I have the salt. And the salt, and everyone's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like you're a jewelry designer that makes salt. It doesn't make any sense.
But who cares?
I know, but it's like, so I would be sending a Tupperware container to like some of my top clients. I mean, they know that I do that. I mean, I think it's a good idea. Maybe we should do it as a GWP.
I think that it's such a good idea.
We're making a new little salt container that's super chic that goes into your purse. It's going to be gold. It's going to be so cute.
Oh my God. And also like you should do a little hot sauce in your bag swag, like something like that.
I know. I'm working on salad dressing. I'm working on like a bunch of new things.
I like this for you, this
it's
avenue.
Fun.
It's fun, right? And
it's
you
fun
could
and
have
it's like,
both things. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You're already doing it anyway on your socials.
Right. And that's, the one thing too is you put your jewelry on once, maybe twice a day if you're changing it to go out, but you're eating at least 3 times a day. So like food is important.
Yeah.
And people care. And I think it's nice to also kind of like shed light on how simple it is to feel better. Like when I started doing this, I gave myself 3 days to do this program. I read Will Cole Ketotarian. Do you know Will Cole?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's what kind of changed my life. It was like a light bulb went off and I was like, I can do this. Some of this is strict and I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to do this part and I'm going to see how I feel for 3 days. I actually started doing it during COVID when I was opening my Beverly Hills store and I had to quarantine for 10 days. And so I did it for 3 days and I literally, Paula, I like felt like a completely different person.
Huh.
It was crazy.
Like what were you feeling before?
It's almost like a high. I was feeling tired and you get to my age and you start having these symptoms of just like I said, more brain fog. You're tired more, you're more fatigued.
Achy.
Or? It did help me with my, like all of my, I used to have like a knee that hurt more. It doesn't hurt like it used to. I have a terrible foot that I've had 4 foot surgeries on that's jacked up. It doesn't hurt like it used to. It's really interesting. But also like, everything is sort of more regular. Like you just feel...
I get it.
You feel great. It's a good feeling to to feel like your body's actually having an easier time processing what you're putting in because it's not processed.
Yeah.
So it's like the less, and also everyone's like salt, are you worried about the sodium? I'm like, if you're eating foods that are whole foods, like a piece of fish that is that isn't stored in sodium, that's like a wild caught piece of fish, and you're roasting some vegetables, there's no sodium in those things. So it's like adding a little bit of salt here and there is much less salt than you're going to get if you're buying a packaged good and you're consuming it.
Yeah. And if you're hydrating, I mean, the salt it comes right out if you...
It's not a lot of salt.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not afraid of salt.
It's not a lot of salt.
Or butter.
A lot of salt.
I love salt.
I love butter.
Do you eat butter?
I eat Monty's vegan butter. Do you know what that is?
Monty's I've never heard of,
good.
but I was doing, what's the Greek brand? There's like a
Miokos.
Miokos.
That's a good one.
What's Monty's?
Monty's is this girl in LA. She's so cool. She's got a really good cream cheese. The scallion one is really good.
Ooh.
And the butter is really good. I use the butter for baking. I use it if I need to roast anything with any butter, but I mostly roast in olive oil.
Yeah. I use only
cured olive oil is like the best one because it's hypolenic and you can heat it to a higher temperature. I love Costa Rica, their garlic olive oils. I'm not paid by any of these guys. It's just really good. It's amazing. No, you roast your vegetables and it like makes a big difference. Because you're roasting at a high heat and if you're putting actual garlic into it, a lot of the times it can burn. So I like using a garlic infused olive oil and they make a very good one.
Okay, what was the brand of that?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica's. I love that. I
should make an olive oil with them.
I love food.
I do too.
Let's talk about your business, right?
Okay.
You have this gorgeous, beautiful business. Jennifer Fisher Jewelry. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it.
Do they?
Yes, of course.
It's funny. People say that. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
We're kind of small.
You're the queen of hoops. Everybody knows you for the hoops.
Yeah, that was a nice quote.
Everybody knows your jewelry. When you see it, I think it is very distinct. But when did you know that you were onto something? Like when did the light bulb go off? You were like, okay, this is really a business. This is really a thing. We're going to take it to the moon now.
Well, I didn't wear jewelry really until I became a jewelry designer. I collected watches. And I actually forgot to put my watch on today. That's why I feel funny. I don't have my watch on. So I only collected watches when I was a stylist before I got into this whole thing. And when my son Shane was born, I had a hard time having a baby. We don't have to get into it, but I went through surrogacy that was failed. It didn't work. And I ended up getting pregnant naturally. And when he was born, people were giving gifts to like represent him.
Yep.
And I was like, this is too small. It's too light. I'm not going to wear it. I want like a really cool, thick gold chain. And I want to wear a charm that has his name on it. And I went up to 47th Street, knocked on doors, found some amazing woman to make it for me. And I wore it on set when I was a stylist. And like everybody on set would say, what does that say? Which was cool because it was an instant conversation piece. And I get to tell the story about my son. And then they would say 9 times out of 10 right after, my wife would want one. My sister would want one. I know, like, can you make a different shape? And I just started making them for people. And I made one for Uma Thurman and she happened to get it delivered the day she was shooting Glamour magazine cover and that was helpful. But honestly, I knew that it was something when one day, like I was working out of my house. I started this out of my house and I had Shane and I was pregnant. I actually was pregnant with Drew and I had orders all over my bed. And my husband walked in and he worked in, and when Kevin worked in on Wall Street, he was like, this is a business, Jen. I think that, and also I was like sick of being on set like at 2 a.m. shooting these commercials. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Styling is not glamorous.
Styling is really hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. It's not what you think it is.
No.
And you're schlepping stuff everywhere. And it's really hard work. And especially when you're doing like big campaigns and commercials, which is what I was doing. I wasn't doing celebrity styling really. So I was like, you know what? It's time for a change. Let's try it. And so I started a website selling direct consumer customizable fine jewelry. And so a lot of people don't know that part about my business because we're so well known now for all of the fashion jewelry and the hoop earrings. And so the core of who we are is that fine jewelry that you can customize and represent your family. So you're not wearing exactly the same thing as everybody else, which is exciting because now that we are growing, we're changing the fine jewelry a little bit and we're coming out with some more some statement fine jewelry, which is going to be really fun. And we're just like a new iteration of like a 2.0 of what our charms were. So it's really exciting.
So you're still making them?
Oh yeah.
And you never stopped?
No, we never stopped. But like so it's so funny. It's almost like some people don't know about the salt. Some people don't know about the fine jewelry. Some people don't know about the hoops. It's because when you do this many sort of things within a company, it's funny how some people just don't know about other parts of your business, which is kind of cool, but it's also really interesting.
I think a lot of people don't make the connection of the salt and the jewelry unless they're following you on Instagram. Then it's very evident. But like there's some people that just get introduced to your salt through a friend.
But there's food people that don't even know that I make jewelry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so sometimes I'll get a message like, "Oh, you're that Jennifer Fisher. I had no idea."
And you're not related to Eileen Fisher, right?
No.
Who's across the street from you in Soho? Because I'm like, are they related? Like, I'm like, that's a weird question.
I know,
but
I wish I was because her store is really cool and it'd be great to like have a
collab or something.
She has the best store in Soho. She's got this side alley that like I was like, if I was there, I would have like a pop-up taco stand every day. Like it's the best retail location in Soho. She's got a great store.
Amazing.
She has a great store.
Yeah,
it's the best location.
Yeah. So now your kids are gone. They're in college.
Almost. I know. It was my daughter's 18th birthday last night. We took her for dinner. It's so crazy. We're right in the throes of finding out about college. I mean, she just applied to another school yesterday. So I guess we're not right in the throes. We've got a couple months. But
okay. Does she want to go where her brother is going or no?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. She's very different than my son was. My son was like, I know exactly where I want to go. He was brainwashed to go to Wisconsin his entire life. He would cry when he was like 5 years old in the Wisconsin basketball team or football team because Kevin, my husband, went there and it was like,
got it.
It was just like Shane was always going to Wisconsin if he could get in. And thankfully he got in and he's so happy and he's thriving there and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's actually the most incredible college town in the world. Like I want to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that she might want to go there if she does get in. We'll see. I don't know. It's so hard to get into college now. I don't know where she's going to get in.
Yeah. How does it feel to like have an 18-year-old daughter?
It's cool. Oof. She's very much, my daughter is tougher than I am, but also softer than I am. She's going to be something. I don't know what she's going to be yet, but it's interesting. She's not going to take over my business, that's for sure.
She's told you?
Yeah, she doesn't want to.
Yeah, I told my parents.
She doesn't want to, which is fine.
Yeah.
I would never expect her to. I'm not like a family legacy thing where I think that there's no succession plan for my kids. Like, no, like this is like mine and let them do their thing of what they want to do. She did mention like wanting to be a DJ yesterday, which is really interesting too. And I was like, oh, you should be like Peggy Gou. That'd be so cool.
I mean,
that would be amazing.
If we could make her like Peggy Gou, that would be amazing.
I know. I was like, please be like Peggy Gou. That would be incredible. Because she's always like, the parties that I go to, the music always really sucks. So I was like, oh, maybe you should do it just on the side as a hobby. Whatever. Okay. And then the minute I say that, she's like, Mom.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing about having a daughter.
She's probably already learning in her bedroom on YouTube. Like, you just have no idea.
Yeah, but then whenever like she'll like be like, no, she's so sweet. Like later she'll be like, Mom, I'm sorry I said that to you like that. Like she's just really sweet.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she's nice. She's sweet.
At 18?
She's nice. I always say it's because my husband, she's nice.
How did you raise, I was going to say, how did you raise these gorgeous children that are like apologizing?
Kevin's a great dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're like good cop, bad cop.
Right.
You're so like
bad
the things
cop.
that it depends on what, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I'm good cop on like, they call me if they need something. Like my husband or my son needed help with something for an internship yesterday because he's applying for internships now for next summer. And so like he'll call me for that. Or if he needs like haircut advice or medicine or food or, those kind of things. And we do different, Kevin and I, we co-parent really well.
Which is so important.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of guys are like that. And I have some friends that I know that husbands aren't exactly like that.
Yeah. And also you had said you and your husband worked together for 8 years as well.
Yeah, that was hard.
So to work together, co-parent together.
And not get divorced.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Like
I know.
I know you said early, like it's important to marry your best friend, but like what else do you think is the secret sauce that like makes you guys thrive in your relationship?
I think we're really good communicators to each other. It's sort of like we're very yin yang. He's very chill. Like if he was an alpha, it would not work. I'm the alpha. So it's like it would not work. He's chill, but it's not that he's a pushover. Like I know with Kevin where I can push my boundaries and when he's had enough of my shit, he'll say my name a certain way and I know to stop.
Yep.
So there's a level of respect there too with that I know that I've gone too far. And like, and I think there's a level of respect. I think I think being sexually active is incredibly important. You have to have sex. That's honestly, and sorry if my kids are listening to this, but that's how you got here. But like, it's incredibly important for a relationship. I know a lot of people that don't, and I think that that's hard.
Yeah.
I think that's hard.
It's a great pointer. Easy, but
And it's not
it's
so
the first
hard,
thing to
people.
go.
It takes it doesn't take that long. So like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
right.
and it's going to make everybody happy. Like, it's like, what's the big deal?
it's true.
I think it's important to like take care of yourselves too. Like Kevin works out. He takes care of himself. He looks really good.
Right.
I'm still attracted to him after 23 years of marriage, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So
But he's
that's
hot.
nice. Yeah, I think he's hot.
He's hot.
Yeah.
You guys are hot. I mean,
he's
you guys
hot.
are like you're a power couple. You're inspirational to a lot of us.
Maybe I'm not on something. I don't recommend working with your spouse though. I think it's good that we've moved on from that, and you know, especially now we're going into like our golden years of our kids being out of the house. And
Yeah.
like, you know, we'll be able to travel more. Like it's gonna be nice. It'll be nice.
So what's the focus now in all of the different things that you have going
God.
on? The kids are out of the house. You have one left that's about to leave. Now you can really focus on your business, or
Yeah, it's
you
fun.
can just like, you know, I don't know, go to a beach. What are we focusing on?
Oh God, no, hell no. We are on a fast 5-year plan right now. So we're, you know, I'm looking to explore opening a Madison Avenue store on 85th and Madison, which is
okay.
really exciting. So we're working on that now. We're moving our Beverly Hills store next to Air One because in LA, if you're not at like the Country Mart or next to an Air One, people don't walk around. So we found it's very interesting. We were on North Cannon, and before COVID, when we rented the space, it was much more active on that street, and the street really significantly changed past COVID.
Right.
Like a lot of places didn't reopen. Certain bars and restaurants that were really hot back then are not any longer. So there's less traffic over there. So we're moving to a really great location, which I'm really excited about on Beverly Drive, 3 stores from Air One, which will be great for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot. We have new products. We have a lot of new product, a lot of new trend. Like now that I have partners, it's really great because I have access to manufacturing capabilities that I didn't have before. So the jewelry's better quality. There's things that, you know, like the 2-tone earrings you're wearing. We couldn't do those, making those with our old vendors, you know? So there's a lot of really fun, cool things happening.
Yeah. So no slowing down.
No, speeding up, speeding up for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. It's what I've worked for. I haven't wasted my time for 18 years doing this just to stop now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And
Like you got to take it as far as you can go and see what you can do with it, or else what a shame.
And it's interesting because I don't know. I don't think that a lot of people know your business you've had for over 17 or 18 years,
Yeah,
right?
Shane was born. It's I've had it for a really long time, but people didn't know because we weren't doing wholesale. Because so I went to USC's Marshall School of Business and I was a marketing major. And so when I got into this, I always knew that I never wanted to put all of my fine jewelry on wholesale in stores because it was mostly on consignment. So I knew that. And so I think that's where it kind of kept us under the radar a little bit more because we're in the cases at Barney's or Saks or at smaller boutiques. We were not selling all of that customizable fine jewelry. You had to come to our website. So it kept us smaller. And then when we started wholesaling the fashion jewelry a little bit to like Net-a-Porter and Saks and places like that, it started to grow. So, you know, it's taken, I feel like slow and steady, hopefully we'll win the race.
Of course. And I think also you've become like a personality online.
You know, all that stuff kind of started. I think being yourself. Like I was so afraid to be myself when I was younger, like in my 40s. I thought I had to be something that I wasn't. I thought that I was like.
Even in your 40s?
Yeah,
What did you think you
even in
needed
my
to be?
40s. No, I just thought like, you know, I wasn't fully comfortable just like putting myself out there. And then when I finally did, and I was like, oh shit, this is what people want to see. Like, and this feels better. This is easier.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I can just show you everything and be honest about everything. And it's just, this is great.
Did it change your business?
It did. It did. And people, and the people, so I still run all the social media for the account. I answer all the DMs. I talk to everyone. It's like a full community. They know it's me. And it's like, I've made a lot of, you know, yes, business clients, things like that from it. But more importantly, like, you're helping these women and you're helping these people. And if they know it's you and you're being honest and transparent and you're sharing things, you're not gatekeeping, you're sharing things with them, they're going to tell 10 of their friends. And those 10 friends are going to say they heard it from so-and-so and because of what I said. And that to me is a huge halo effect for business.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm doing it, but it's just for everything. It's meaningful and it's nice. And it's nice to like have people come up to you. Like I was at the Knick game the other night and a girl sat next to me on the subway and she's like, oh my God. She's like, look, I have all my charms on and I've collected them for 10 years. And she had this Ashley, she had this amazing collection. She's getting married of all of my charms that she had for all of these milestones in her life. And like, how fucking cool is that?
Incredible.
And for her to feel comfortable to say that, she's like, I felt comfortable saying something to you because I knew like you weren't going to be mean.
Right.
Because like, I don't know, like a lot of designers don't put themselves out there and don't know what they're going to be like in public. And so people are scared to speak to them.
No, it's genius.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Like it's fun talking to all these people.
Yeah. And also it's like,
love it.
if they're like, they're hooked on you and they love you, like they're not going to think twice about spending, upwards of $300 on just a pair of earrings, like, and that's what we need people to do. We want them to buy the fine jewelry as well, of course.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the new fine jewelry? Yeah. But it's really fun when people come up to you in restaurants and they're like, I'm so sorry. You're like, don't be sorry. Like I would do the same thing. I go up to celebrities all the time. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I do the same thing. Like to people that are famous. Like I'm a jewelry designer. Like of course come up and say hi. It's not a big deal.
Do you ever like give them, if you run into a celebrity and you have like some hoops in your bag, would you ever give them to them?
Yeah. Yeah. But so it's so funny. I went to a thing last night and I said it was a bunch of people that work in news because I'm now represented. I have management now for like, certain things like outside of jewelry. And I'm represented by an agency now that has a lot of people that are in news. And I was chatting, Willie Geist. He's this cool guy that does news for NBC on the weekends. But Abby Phillips too, who is on CNN, who wears my jewelry, and like Caitlin Collins and all those guys. So I finally met Abby Phillips last night, and she was like, "I got my Maves on," and I was like, "How cool is that?" It's cool when you meet these people,
100%.
In real life. Sometimes you meet some, and you're like, "Oh, bummer."
Yeah,
but that's rare.
Life.
Yeah,
and that is the way it is. Not everybody is going to be amazing. What are you dreaming of?
Business growth. Isn't that so weird to say that? But it's actually true. Like I'm so excited now with what's going on with my business, the opportunities that I have. Like I feel like the snowball is finally starting to really roll. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
And after 18 years, I mean,
it's time.
You couldn't ask for more though.
Sort of step on the gas.
But to be inspired by what you're doing still 18 years later.
I love what I'm doing.
Is incredible.
I love what I'm doing. And I have new teams of more people now that I'm supported by with my partners. And I have the most incredible team. It's a great feeling. And the product is so good. That's what's exciting too. When you see this, when you see all of the things that you've been working on come to life and it's even better than you imagined it, it's a really amazing feeling. When you struggled, because you've struggled so hard to I've started this from like peanuts and like trying to get, there's mechanisms that we can now do. We're making hinged hoops now. We could never have done that before. Like there's things that I've dreamed of as a jewelry designer that we weren't able to do with the smaller manufacturing. And so now it's like it's just exciting because finally it's like I'm a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh my God, wait, we can do this now. Proprietary clasps, new chains. Like it's fun.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm so excited for all of that.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to see it.
Last big question, and then we do a quick fire.
Oh, I hate this.
If you could choose, no, you're gonna do good. If you could choose one word for your character to be remembered by, what would it be?
Honest.
And you are that. You show up, no makeup, on the socials, saying whatever you want to say. And,
honest.
Yeah, and that's what I think everybody loves you for. Yeah.
Think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
Listen, there's always going to be haters.
I just tell it like it is. And some people fucking hate it and it's fine, but I'm honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll tell my friend something, they'll be like, really? Did you just say that to me? I'm like, sorry, it's honest. Actually, I was talking to my friend this morning because we were talking about what we're doing tomorrow. And she said to me, she's like, you need your lower eyes done. You look tired. But I appreciate that honesty. Like that doesn't piss me off.
No, me neither.
Because I give it so I can take it. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I do need them done.
The lower bleph.
I know, but I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm just doing CO2 to see if it works right. It's baby steps.
Stay tuned on that.
Yeah.
Check her socials.
I'm totally talking about it.
She's getting knocked out for CO2.
Yeah, and I'm going to film it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Good. I'm excited for you. No, CO2 is amazing. I can't wait till I'm like there to do that. And my results from CO2, just even doing the light, were incredible.
You're a lot younger than me, though.
Incredible. But yeah, listen, we have to stay young for forever.
Yeah.
Okay, quick fire.
Okay.
If you could wear one piece of jewelry forever, which would it be?
My charm necklace with my 2 kids, the dog tags.
What is one wellness rule that you swear by?
Water.
Oh, do you do electrolytes?
No, I hate those. And I don't do smoothies or protein powders. Water, plain water with lemon or lime.
How do you get in your protein?
Like meat, eggs, chicken, fish, meat. Okay.
No protein powder at all?
No.
And no snacks?
I eat snacks.
What kind of snacks?
I like meat sticks. That's
Me
a good way.
too.
9 grams of protein per meat stick. I love meat sticks. Although one popped my veneer off once at work right before I had to go to a party. And thank God I texted with my dentist and he glued it back on before I had to go to an event that night.
How many meat sticks is too many meat sticks in a day?
Well, they have a lot of sodium in them.
I know.
I only do one, but they're great to have during meetings. Like I do hard-boiled eggs, meat sticks, things like that.
Yeah. Oh, hard-boiled eggs. That's a good one.
I love with my spicy salt. Keep in the office. Good with curry salt too. Curry salt, underrated salt.
Ooh.
It's the sleeper.
Okay.
Tomatoes and avocado. Try it on that.
Ooh, I'm into that.
Yeah.
What's a daily habit that changed your life?
A daily habit that changed my life. Waking up grateful every day. So my father died. I mean, I was always grateful to wake up But when my father died, it really gave me a sense of like every day is a gift. And so every day when I wake up, no matter how stressed or annoyed or whatever it is, I wake up and for a second, I like center myself and I'm like, you know what? I woke up. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah. My feet are on the ground and
yeah, like how lucky am I that I just woke up and I get another chance to do something today?
Do you journal or anything?
No. Fuck no. My friend who's really into wellness gave me a journal once and I was like, I'm not going to write this thing. I don't read. Sorry, I don't write in journals. I used to meditate. It's really hard for me to do. I just take a minute. Or if I need something, I call my friend Gabby Bernstein. Do you know Gabby Bernstein?
Of course.
Called her yesterday. Or I need a little minute. She'll help me out and give me 2 seconds of.
Okay, well, at least you could tap into
Well,
it.
I help her dress and she helps me mentally. So like we kind of like have an exchange.
That's hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, she'll call me before shows. Be like, should I wear this?
Do you journal? Fuck no. That was my favorite answer.
Oh, sorry.
What's a trend that you're obsessed with right now?
A trend that I'm obsessed with right now, menswear.
Same. I only want to
Menswear.
be dressed like a man.
Me too. Me too.
I'm done. Dresses.
And I clearly like dressing like a bruise too. I think navy blue and black is really chic.
Well, navy blue is the new black, they said.
This is my friend's company. I'm going to tag. This is sold out. She makes the best turtlenecks. You need them. Kiani's unmuffling.
Gorge. Yeah.
They're great.
I do Commando. You did a collab with Commando.
Yeah, that might be my bodysuit.
It might be yours.
That is my bodysuit.
Yeah, I'm
Is the
obsessed.
neck higher?
Yeah, it's a very high neck.
I think that's mine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we made a higher neck.
Yeah, I love.
I know. I like a higher neck.
I'm always in a turtleneck.
Me too.
Okay, last one. Biggest style or beauty mistake that you've made?
Wearing scoop necks because they're terribly unflattering, or skirts that are too short, or wearing pink. Oh, I had white hair for a while, and it was so fucking ugly. And my son said I looked like what did he say that I looked like? It was like a monster or something. When I had like platinum blonde hair, and I had a haircut that was very short. And it was incredibly unflattering, and none of my friends told me how bad I looked.
So very fashion, though. Like
I thought it was cool. I was like, I'm only going to have this hair color the rest of my life. And then when I changed, my friends were like, thank God you look so bad. I'm like, why would none of you told me that? They're like, because you said it's your hair color forever. We didn't want to upset you.
Anything you've ever done to your face that you regretted? Or body?
Regretted? Yes. I let a doctor put Sculptra in my stomach to try to tighten my stomach, and it gave me bumps. If you have Hashimoto's, don't put Sculptra in your body because you can get nodules and in your face. So if you have a thyroid issue, make sure you talk to your doctor before putting Sculptra, because I know Sculptra, there's a big trend on that in the face right now. Don't do it unless you talk to your endocrinologist and check with the doctor first, because I have heard of other people that have had the same issue.
Hot tip. The more you know.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The best thing I ever did was like a mini facelift, though, when I turned 50. That was the best thing. Kat Chang in LA, she's amazing.
Okay, mini at 50.
Yeah, I do all this stuff. Like, who cares? It's your face. Like, I always say it's like trimming a chicken breast. You know, when you take them out of the package, is that white thing that you want to cut off? That's as much as I cut off, but it helps.
Fuck yeah, you look like you don't even look like you're 40, to be honest with you. Like, I want to age like you.
Just wait till I get my CO2.
Yeah, exactly. You look incredible. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
So fun. I know how busy you are, so it means the world to have you.
I'm sorry,
we just checked something off the manifestation list, even though you're not a manifester.
I'm a huge manifester.
You are?
I'm not a journaler.
Okay, so how do you manifest?
I don't meditate.
You don't
Did
meditate?
I not say did I say manifest?
No, you said meditate, but I just assumed if you didn't journal,
no,
that
I'm
you
a
don't
huge
manifest. Okay, so how do you
manifestors.
manifest? Tell us.
Oh, I'm constantly, and so what Gabby will teach you too, it's like for the greater good of all, like what you want to be thinking inside all the time is it's not, you don't want to manifest for what you think you need. You want to manifest for the greater good for all. That's a Gabby Bernstein quote. That's not me, but I learned it from her and it really works. So it's not about your end goal of what you're trying to attain. It's where you want to go. That's going to be the greater good for everybody along the way.
And how you want to make people feel.
Correct.
Yeah. Ooh, I
Correct.
love that. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It works. It worked for me.
Yeah.
It works.
Love it.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you on the internet?
Oh, well, I'm at Jennifer Fisher Jewelry for jewelry. I'm at Jennifer Fisher for all of my other random shit, like my base stuff and CO2 and fashion is on there. For food, it's Jennifer Fisher Kitchen. Cookbook is launching March for pre-sale and September official launch, which is really exciting. And Jennifer Fisher Jewelry is our website if you would like to purchase some salt or jewelry as well.
And the same thing for all the socials. Instagram, TikTok. You're on TikTok?
Yeah. I'm Jennifer Fisher Lifestyle on TikTok, though, for all of my stuff. And then there's also Jennifer Fisher Jewelry.
Bam.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks,
this was
Paula.
so fun.
I'll see you at Casa.
Exactly. Bye, everybody.
Bye.